tell us about the Bocuse store. Try and describe it for people that haven't been there before.
Well, basically the Bocuse store is the biggest culinary competition for individual competitors. There's 20 chefs competing of a European in Geneva, and we have to cook for 20 of the world's best chefs in 5.5 hours, producing 2 silver flats worth of food.
And how many chefs will go forward from the Geneva competition?
There's 12 chefs qualify from the 20, but there's a possibility of another 2 going through as wildcards.
Right, okay. And tell us about how you prepared for it.
Well, I've been preparing now since just before Christmas on a training stage, really, going out, seeing, visiting chefs, trying ideas, putting on the menu, getting customers to give feedback, other chefs. And then for the last 7 weeks we've been doing full practices, and I've been bringing the team together and getting our silverware ready, the correct dishes that we need, and basically making sure that we're on tip-top shape.
Okay, and tell us about the dishes that you're going to be serving then.
Well, we have to use Norwegian halibut. It's 5 to 6 kilo fish served whole. We have to prepare that, and we're going to be serving it cooked in a dashi, a seaweed stock. I've wrapped it in a squid and scallop mousse and cooked at a low temperature. What we've done is we've put a little bit of lard on there as well to add a nice little shine, some caviar and some foraged herbs, and we're serving that with a little glass egg that's been filled with a langoustine royale and a pea mousse. It's a dish that Heston and Ashley at the Fat Duck have helped us with, and a few other chefs. And we're also using golden beetroot, and we're using the in sort of vogue stuff at the moment. We're using sea buckthorn as well, which is very popular in Scandinavia, and one of the countries that we're trying to impress really are the Scandinavians, because they tend to be in the top 5 every time. So I'm trying to use food that would impress them really, because I think they're the countries that we need to get on our side. And our meat, we've got to use Swiss veal, which has proved a bit of a problem because they're not part of the EU, so we haven't been able to get any of their veal to practice with.
Right. So
we've got to use head, sweetbreads, ribs and feet, and because of the BSE and all that, we can't get hold of the head. So we've been practicing with what we can really. We've done a little bit of play on words on some of our dishes. We've used the veal, wrapped it in pistachio mousseline, stuffed with black pudding, nice Lancashire black pudding. We've made a sweetbread and garlic sausage from the sweetbreads. And then the garnishes, we've gone back to beetroot again, but we've pickled it this time with some lovely Devon Volscombe goat cheese. And then we've had a bit of a mess around. We've used the cheeks, and we've called it a cheeky bit on the side, and that's a little bit of a piece de resistance really. We're going to serve that once they start eating, and it's going to be served red hot, so because the food doesn't get there very warm, it'll add a nice warmth to the whole dish really, and hopefully it'll gain us some brownie points.
And do you think that will get through the language barrier? Will they get
I hope so. We did look at translating it, but when we translated a cheeky bit on the side into French, it came across rude, offensive rude rather than saucy rude. So it didn't actually work, and in German it sounded even worse.
So tell us about the support that you've had from the industry.
Yeah, well, support has been very good. People are really getting behind us now, starting to recognise the Bocuse store, and hopefully it will bring in another chef after me to keep it going. You know, my aim really is to represent Britain and go out there and get us the best placing we can, and really start us off. And all the supporters that I've got believe in that as well, and they're not just sponsoring me, they're sponsoring the next 2-3 chefs ahead, because they believe in it as well.
So then after Geneva, how long have you got?
Well, if I qualify, yeah, if it all goes to plan, 6 months. It's the end of January. Yeah, and we already know what we have to cook. If it goes to plan in Geneva, we can utilise some of the garnishes that we've got here, because there'll be 12 new judges from around the world, so they won't have seen what we've already done. So that's a bonus. But it's a lot harder in Lyon. There's 24 chefs. We've got to do 3 garnishes rather than 2. and the ingredients are so expensive. We've got Scottish lamb and Scottish monkfish to use, and just the cost to practice alone is going to cost £400 a trial.
Wow.
At least, yeah.
Is there anything else that people could help you with? And you know, if you could give a call to action now.
Send money. No, basically, I just want Britain to get behind us and get the support that we need, believe in the British chefs, and come out to Lyon and Geneva and be there, make some noise. Let the other people know that we believe in ourselves, rather than just slinking away and some guy over in France cooking for Britain. Get out there and support us.
No, don't put it in your mouth. It can hear you, it's a microphone, that's enough. Say hello. Sing a song. Sing the Bad Boys.
No.
Sing the Bad Boys.
Hello.
You're mad, the pair of you. It's just gadgets, isn't it?
Gun somebody.
You want to gun somebody. Bang.
Can I gun somebody?
She's a gangster. No, don't.
Hello, Mrs. Bruna.
That's enough. That's
Hello, Mr. Blue.
Go and wiggle your bum over there. Me? I always get that finger. It's been brilliant, we've had some really, really good backers, and they've really got behind us this time.
He's got a little talker.
A little talker. Say good night. Say good night. Say good night. Good night. They run the place. Totally. They come down and just help themselves to the fridges. They know where the petit fours are, and they're like, seeing them with chocolate all over the face. Just having a treat, Daddy.